Joining on the Sofa with Esther Sunday, the 23rd of June, is Rozalla, who will be sharing about her upcoming performance at Superboxx at Rochester Castle on Saturday, the 6th of July, as well as giving us an insight into her musical history to date. Okay, so are you ready, Rozalla?
I'm ready, Esther. Let's do it.
Okay, well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are across the globe. Welcome to another incredible On the Sofa with Esther. And as you know, everybody, I always speak to the most incredible people. I've used incredible twice because it's incredible. And so today with me, I have Rozalla. Rozalla, everybody.
Breathe and feel good.
I mean, this is going to be such a feel-good interview because that song is so much. It was a national anthem, literally national anthem. But before we go there, I'd like to ask you, Rozalla, who is Rozalla in a nutshell, in a peanut shell, or an egg shell?
Oh my goodness, who's Rozalla? I've never been asked that in a long while. Who's Rozalla? Rozalla is a fun, loving person who enjoys walking, who enjoys singing, and who enjoys laughter and good company.
That's a nice eggshell. We're going to expand on that as we go through the interview. I know we've literally got about 15 minutes, but we're going to really, pack everything in. So, Rozalla, you're going to be no, let's go back a bit. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back to Zambia. Starting off, your life started off in Zambia, and then you went to Zimbabwe, and then you came to the UK, and you've been moving ever since. You've toured with Michael Jackson on the Dangerous Tour. You've got all these other incredible tracks out. And one thing I noticed when we put together the pot puree of who you are, love that, don't you?
Oh, I love that word, potpourri. I like that's lovely.
When we put together that potpourri, there seems to be this thread throughout your life of, as you say, fun, of being free, of being expressive, of being, this is who I am, and I'm going to share that with the world. There seems to have been that thread, even though, yes, in between you've had your challenges and ups and downs. So, does being who you are, Rozalla, in your formative years, was that something that was cemented in your, from where you've come from, your parents, where you grew up, how you grew up?
Absolutely. My mom would always tell us, when you go out there, be bold. Be bold no matter what. There's only one of you out there, so be the best and be bold. And when you say looking back at my career and my life and the thread, for me personally, Esther, I've never really seen me being this person as wanting to have this freedom. But now that you've mentioned it, with hindsight, this is what I set out to do and to be, and that's to be as authentic as possible. What you see, what you get. I am who I am, and sometimes I wear my on my sleeve.
My screen's gone blank. Can you see me?
Oh, I can see you clearly. I
Oh,
can see you clearly.
okay, we'll keep talking because from this end, I'll edit this out, but from this end, it's gone blank.
Oh no, I can see you clearly. Looking beautiful.
Okay, I'll keep talking because my screen is totally black, which is
Oh
interesting.
no.
But
Oh
just
no.
okay, once you can see, wow, that was interesting.
Oh no. Is it still gone?
You're back. You're back.
Oh good.
But you,
Gremlins. I hear you.
a Bible out, some real. That's why they say the show must go on regardless of what's happened, and that's what.
Totally. Totally. Esther, I did a show on Sunday, Mighty Hoopla. I mean, it was humongous on such a massive scale. And I performed on stage too with the House Gospel Choir, and there's about maybe 10 or 12 of them, just such incredible, amazing singers. So I'm behind stage and I have my in ears, and they've given me a line check and I can hear myself and the microphone's working. And there's probably anywhere between 8 to 10,000 screaming fans out there. This was on Sunday. So I walk on stage and they give me this amazing introduction. And then I start singing, everybody's free. And people go, can't hear you, can't hear you. So I'm still singing, but I can hear myself in the ears.
Yes.
And then the fans were just so amazing. They're going, we can't hear you, can't hear you. And they're going, and I thought, oh, is that what they're saying? So I started walking quickly to the sound engineer thinking, that panic started coming up. What do I do? What do I do? Do we stop the show and start the song again? And fortunately, one of the chorus, the choir singers gave me their microphone. And I started singing and the crowd just went, yes! So you see, the show went on and the musical director even said he had this very slight panic and he thought, do we start it again? But then with hindsight, although I was a bit, miffed with the guy that did the sound check, it actually worked out to be something so much better, that the crowd were there for me. And I had a few friends in the audience that were like, oh, well, at least now we know she's singing live. And the audience reaction when I started singing just was, my husband even said, I think it was worth it actually with hindsight when you think about it. And the show went on. So that's what we're going to do.
Because like I said, my screen was totally black. And a couple of months ago, my other laptop died on me. So whatever this is, or anyway, back to the conversation.
Exactly.
You were sharing before about your mother.
Yes.
She shared with you, and that was obviously the bedrock for who you've become and how you journeyed through life.
Yes, absolutely. My mom was just and continues to be such an inspiration. Be bold. And I turned 60 this year in March.
Woo!
Woo! And my mom's like, you don't look your years. I think God knew what sort of industry you'd be in. So he's like, made you look a little bit younger than your years. I'm like, great. And I just, do my best to make hay when the sun shines and just grab it.
Excellent, excellent. And for anybody, you see, it's always so important when you are growing up, when you're young, what's embedded in you. I mean, we do understand that not everybody has that, but it's
Yeah.
when you just go out there and be bold. That there's such power in that, in terms of how you navigate life and being in the industry that you're in as well. To have that as your base is powerful. And I mean, the music that you've created, it is happy music. I mean, you've got, I love music. Are you ready to fly? All these things symbolize that freedom that we were just talking about. And how do you feel being what you've done has helped you to evolve as a human being? I feel so philosophical today. I feel I've swallowed the Bible or thesaurus, but it is what it is. Because I'm just Berenice Scott as well. And I was getting pretty deep. I'm like, dude, come on. But, it's all good. So, how do you feel you have evolved by doing what you do?
When going back to when I recorded Everybody's Free and that whole album, and when I met Tim and Nigel, who were known as a band of gypsies, they love your voice. What style of music do you want to do? I said, look, guys, I want to do music that's up tempo, that even if people want to sit down and not want to get up and dance, I want them to feel like they can move their feet, put their hands up in the air. And more importantly, for that whole album, if you listen to the whole Everybody's Free album, I wanted positive lyrics. So you're ready to fly, everybody's free to feel good. And that song is for the whole world. Brothers and sisters, together we'll make it through. We've got faith in the power of love. You got to have faith in the power of love. And that whole album is just so positive, and I'm so grateful to Tim and Nigel for helping me dream in that. And I try to be as positive as I can be in my life. A lot of people tell me that I am, but obviously, life can get in the way. You have moments where you just don't want to leave the house. You can't see the wood from the trees. And then I one of the things my grandmother used to say to me is that, you know, we all visitors on this earth passing through. Just make the most of it and live it. And I think, yeah, that's what I want to do. And that's what I'm going to keep trying to do.
Brilliant, brilliant. And you are going to be performing at Rochester Castle on the 6th of July. It's the whole event is from the 5th to the 7th, but you are going to be performing on the 6th. And I know it, like I said to Berenice in my previous interview, that it might sound a bit corny, you know, saying, what can the crowd expect? But really, what can the crowd expect? Because, you know, this whole thing of bringing positive lyrics and being, you know, trying to be uplifted, and I know I keep saying in these moments and times, but there's such an energy sometimes, especially the past year, where people are struggling with their mental health even
Yeah,
more. And you know, you're watching the news, you think, oh my God,
yeah,
do I jump, do I leave? You know, it's just there's just so much, and then with the cost of living, blah 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 blah.
yeah.
So what are we going to see? Because I want to be there to see you, and I'm going to be at the front with my
You know, Esther, all I can say is that every human being on planet Earth goes through whatever struggles it might be, you know, rich or poor. You go through it, you know, emotionally, mentally, you name it. But all I can say is living in the moment, what you have, you know, look at what you have, not what you don't have. You know, hopefully you've got your health. That's everything. That's everything. You got a roof over your head. That's everything. You can afford to put food on the table. That's everything. Live in the moment. And I found when I've tried to live too far ahead, I get so overwhelmed. So I'm living in the moment. And when I got on that stage, I want to give those fans everything because they've taken the time to come there to watch me. So I'm going to give my best. And that's all I can do.
brilliant, brilliant. And quickly, in February this year, you brought out a new album,
Yeah.
Turn on the Light. Just give us a little bit of background about the title itself.
The title is, if you listen to Turn on the Light, it's sort of semi-biographical. It's talking about me being in the music industry, me coming to the UK to do my songs, facing challenges, you know, going through the ups and the downs. But when I go out there and the lights are turned on and my fans are singing with me, turn on the light, they've given me another opportunity to sing my song, and that just makes everything okay. And that helps me to keep going and moving forward. So every day it's a new day.
And you can see it in your smile, you know, and that's what's so, you know, you just come at, um, and that's really powerful. And like I said, you know, everybody has their ups and downs because sometimes there's a narrative out there where people think if you're rich, you don't. Yes, the rich, everybody has it, and you've also offered it our tools, and music is the spice of life,
Absolutely.
touches every each and every emotion. And you're also going to be performing on the 7th of September, if I get this correctly, in Liverpool as well. Liverpool.
That's right. In Liverpool at Reminisce Fest, they'll be celebrating 10 years of this massive festival. And I'm so fortunate, it seems, from day one, they've had me every year. I just missed out the ninth year because I had another double booking. So the organizers weren't too happy with me. I'm like, yeah, you're going to miss me. But fortunately, year 10, I'm back. And it's just such an amazing festival. And I've watched them grow. And the last time I performed with them, which was year 8, there were about 20,000 people. And that's coming from when they first started doing Reminisce to maybe 4,000 or 5,000 people. And I've just watched this event grow and grow that now I'm hearing that they're taking it to Europe as well. So fantastic to them.
Brilliant, brilliant. And you're going to be in December, I believe this is the biggest disco arena tour as well in Wembley. You're going to be performing there. So we've all got a lot to look forward to. And I just want to say thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your energy. Ba, 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 boom. Because everybody's free. Um, and I'm looking
Thank you so
forward to see you at Rochester Castle on the 6th of July. Ladies and gentlemen,
much.
I'm to Rozalla. And if there's anything else you want to leave with, you know, those who listen to this, over to you, Rozalla.
Yes, please. I just want to say, whatever you're doing in your lives, never give up. And always remember when it gets too overwhelming, look at what you have already, live in the moment, because that's what's real. And just take care. And thank you all so much for your
Thank you. Thank
thank you.
seeing you.
Thank you.
Bless you. Take care.
Take care, my God bless.